full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about. Have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase it? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up shit, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise.
You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
FinancialFelons.com is where you can find the latest and exclusive DSG gear, from Fire or Trash, Excelsior Now, DSG Team Gear, and more. That's www.financialfelons.com. Make sure to use code DOOM for 15% off. That's code DOOM for 15% off. This is your DSG brand ambassador Spring, and you know the motto, let the good times roll.
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Let's go! It's the weekly wrap-up where we give you the news. Break it down bite-sized so it's easier to consume. Discussing the hottest game that's out of what's coming soon. Is it real or is rumor? Homie, that's up to you. Fire or trash reaction, live viewers call in. No cap, conversation, we going all in. It's the weekly wrap-up, so enjoy the show. You're now rocking with the best. Let the good times roll. Come on! What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD back with another weekly wrap-up. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. And you know we got the hottest news going on right now on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. That's, you know how we do it. So let me go ahead and just get this show started, because the show I had planned is not the show that's happening tonight. We had a special guest just like literally surprised the hell out of me, so we gonna switch the show up tonight. But first off, let me bring on my co-host, my dude, Mr. J. Coon Prime. What's going on, sir?
It has been 36 hours since I have slept. Hi.
We gonna get to that. We are definitely going to get to that. You got your coffee and your pen? You good?
We are ready.
You got your pen? Where's your pen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Right
good. Well, from across the pond and a frequent guest here on the show, my dude, my guy, Mr. Slice Story. What's good with it,
Hey,
sir?
guys. Hey, everyone. How you doing? Nice to see you and stuff. I was kind of shocked, Doom. We normally talk before we do these, so I was kind of like I was overwhelmed by the music and everything. I was like, hang on, right? First of all, he's late, and then
No, not late.
what? We were like a minute away, bro. Like that's called
No.
being extremely on time.
Well, the show runs a little bit different now. So, like, we were
Don't let him get away
actually.
from this chat, all right? Listen, you've been abandoned for a whole minute, okay? Don't let him do this to you. Remember this.
They just needed time to catch up to us.
I cannot. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I'm an hour thrown off though because this time change has really like I'm completely wrecked.
It's
Dude,
good for me.
the
It's
time
11
change
p.m. It's actually
destroyed
the
me today.
day that you said it was going to happen for once. It's not Monday for me. It is Sunday. It's nice.
Well, dude, I don't think this guy has ever made it on a wrap up ever. Like, he's never been
I
on.
think so.
Really?
He's also one of the architects of The Way We Look. Him and Brock Solid came up with the design for DXG a good over a year ago at this point, and we have stuck with that design and have not moved from it. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Allfather. How you doing, good sir?
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you all hear me okay?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
can hear you
Yeah.
just fine.
I've
Yes.
not done anything like this before. Never mind just a weekly wrap up. This is all new to me, sir. So yeah, that's
we're about to
so it
have
should
some
be
fun.
fun.
Welcome.
We're about to have some fun, boys. Well, first of all, let's do what we normally do real quick. And is do a roll call. We're gonna highlight the people in the chat, let them know that we appreciate them coming through. We've got 69 Spring Rose moderator, Misplaced the moderator, Cap T is in the building. Slight Stardust. Why are you in the building and in the building? I love it, dude. Keep it popping, bro. Keep it popping, bro. Owner of Ashanti is here as well. Who else we got? QMR, Q Mr. Rage, Hoarder Gamer, the Wacko over on Twitch. L Kime is in the spot. Okay, we got some people up in here. We got Marshall Keown. Okay. That's roll call. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all like and share this video. If you're on Twitch watching, share the video on Twitter. If you're on YouTube watching, share the video on Twitter. Send it to your girlfriend. Send it to your boyfriend. Send it to your ex and tell him you're in the chat and you can say hi right there. Well, you know, your real new boyfriend can't even see it. So do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying?
Or send it to a
Anyway.
side piece and pretend that they're not your side piece.
Wow.
I'll keep the secret. I'll keep it secret.
Wow.
Don't worry. I've got your back.
Welcome back, Stardust. Welcome back. Well, we were going to talk about Destiny 2 straight off the back, right? That was what we were going to do. But I kind of saw a J. Coon Prime Chewy.
No, I'm willing to talk about
Oh, no. You're going to let me finish this, good sir.
Okay.
And the J. Coon Prime tweet made me laugh out loud, literally. I was literally driving when I was doing this, so I shouldn't have been actually looking at my phone anyway. But I had to pull over to the side of the road because the boy was like, I am done seeing everybody who's gotten this achievement for day one, and I have not gotten it yet. I'm pissed off, not at y'all, but I'm pissed off at the world right now. I was just like, God damn, Jay, damn.
I was mad. I was big mad.
I saw that tweet from J. Coon and immediately saw High Rollers showing he's completed it twice. You know, and then J. Coon
I saw
with the
people
middle
who
finger
rarely
Green Lantern.
ever even play. Like, it was people who never even really played Destiny. It was like, yo, I got the day one achievement. I was like,
Yo,
damn, I know J. Coon is.
I felt so bad. Honestly, I did. Like, for real. Because then there was people that were talking about how, like, not easy it was, but how short it was. I don't have any comparison points, right? Because I'm a mate.
It was definitely shorter than the others because, like, some of like the dudes that were like favorites to potentially win the race got placed like 152nd, where like they'd
That's
finish the
crazy.
first encounter and like their teammate would be like, "So we have good news and we have bad news. What's the good news? Well, we placed 152nd. What's the bad news? This group over here just completed the raid 2 hours ago, and everyone's jaw just went."
Yeah.
So like this raid was broken in record time. It was shorter than the others, but it was also a lot more problematic than the others. Survivability was a huge deal, and that was ultimately what my team was running into, was problems staying alive while learning on the fly. Some are great at it, some are not. Everybody tried their best for that. I'm proud of everyone. The biggest issue we ran into is getting to the end is that the people that completed the raid can confirm that the boss acted a certain way that just kind of helped things.
Oh,
We were not that lucky. Like, we'd be like, all right, everybody go over here and get the damage. What the hell is he doing up there?
Oh,
how do we get him down? I don't know how to get him down. Well, what do we do now? I guess we just wipe. And he would just keep consistently doing dumb stuff like that to the point that it's like, it's 4:30 in the morning. People got to go to bed. I didn't go to sleep. I started LFGing until like 3 hours before I had to go to work. I went to work. As I clocked in, contest mode ended. I can no longer get that emblem.
Oh, ouch, ouch,
Yeah.
ouch.
So the only consolation prize I'm going to have is completing the raid within the first week. You can get the raid jacket. I'm going to get the jacket, but I'm going to keep it a buck. As much as I love this game, going back and beating that raid now is going to feel so hollow. And that's why I was so upset.
I'm like a full on like a Destiny. I last time I played Destiny was like, I think the beta for the first game. Like I've touched on it very briefly. I think I played a bit of the first game when it came out. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna try and keep it on topic. But what is it about Destiny that keeps players hooked? To you guys who play it, I don't play it. So what is it that keeps you coming back to Destiny?
For number one, FOMO is alive and well in Destiny 2. If you fall behind, you are left behind. That's just how it goes. But if you keep up with it, and if you're like me and you start looking into the story, you start looking at the pieces of lore on the items, you start looking into the lore books, or you're just like me and incredibly extra and you have leather-bound lore books like right over there. This is one of the most immersive and interesting and vast storylines you will ever read and hear and see and experience.
So what's interesting to me about that then is like, you know, Destiny's success well known for being like obviously a looter shooter, and then you didn't even mention loot. So like,
because the loot is just kind of like,
well, you did to an extent, but it was like you know, you FOMO, you can miss out on stuff, but like you were like the story, the world building and everything like that. So it's like that's just interesting to me because you would have expected most people to say, oh, it's the grind for the loot, but it's not. It's obviously other things that are keeping people invested.
This man is setting up a point for later, by the way. I just want you guys to know that. He's going to come back to that on Suicide Squad.
Like, people can say what they want about the loot. People can say what they want about the loot. I personally, like, yeah, having the loot is great because I am definitely one of those, not so much elitist, but like, I want the cool stuff and I want the exclusive stuff. That's why I just like shaved 10 years of my life off doing the Race the Worlds first, because I want a singular emblem that says, hey, I did the thing that you didn't.
But Angela Bassett did the thing. I'm sorry. Anyway,
I just think
the grind for loot honestly is not that enticing anymore because weapon crafting has been a thing for the past year. So it's like, oh, we're farming. Why? You could just go build it, level up, and just have that god roll.
For somebody like me who has not played Destiny 2 since, like, I think I'm a power level 13 something. That's how low it is, you know, for me right now. And I was to jump back in, and I've missed all of the cool stuff like Beyond and all of that. Can I go craft that stuff?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So where's the fear of missing out then for loot?
The seasonal stuff. Like, say for example, you haven't played the game since Witch Queen. Some of those weapons, like, you can get them, but you're gonna go through hell to get it. Story bits, exclusive missions, like Vox Obscura. That's the first one that just pops to mind. That was an exotic mission. You played that, you got an exotic weapon, you got a piece of the story. You could go back and play it each week to get more of the story, and you're going to miss out on all of that because that was part of a seasonal piece. And because you weren't there to play it, you are never going to get to experience it. And while
So
some
then I'm not
weapons
missing
are
out if
craftable,
I'm not going to ever experience it, right?
well, some of the weapons are craftable, and then some are not. The ones that are not, you better hope somebody's selling it.
I think like with Destiny, like it's almost like a double-edged sword because that FOMO now is like a barrier for entry for people who haven't played it from the beginning.
Sadly,
So
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
it's great for people who followed it and played and invested in it. But like, if I wanted to start Destiny 2 now, I'd just be like, what? What is going on?
So this is coming straight from the lips of Destiny Dad himself. If you were to come to me, like say you were there last week in my live stream while I was doing Lightfall and all that type of stuff, hey, is this a good time to jump back in? I would tell you no.
Damn.
Because number one, this game is not very good at holding your hand. You need to have somebody like me to kind of show you the ropes. And a good looter shooter for entry level needs to have that. Destiny caters to the people that have been playing it, and I will be completely transparent about that.
Oh, somebody's mic is going crazy right now. Oh, that's you all, Father. Oh my God! Whoa.
The beard is fighting back.
My head. I feel like Wanda was just trying to take over my mind.
Yeah. Maybe unplug and replug or. Ooh, gosh. I got you muted for the time being. Stardust.
The beard was causing static electricity.
Yeah, it was fighting back.
Slight Stardust. I saw your tweet today. You're not getting away from Twitter, sir. I saw your tweet today that you hit the gym, got a little fresh, and then jumped into Destiny 2.
Yeah.
So what was that about?
So as someone who I'm not playing Lightfall or anything at the moment, simply because I can't afford it, so I'll just play it, right? Because everyone else is playing it, so I was like, it give me something to do. So I downloaded Beyond Light because that was on PlayStation Plus, it was a free expansion on that. Mm-hmm. So I thought I'll jump in that. And that's kind of been what I've been doing because, like, so for me, I don't know if anyone can relate to this. Maybe you all can, but when I was in school, which wasn't that long ago, so you guys are gonna have to revert your memories quite far back. Sorry, I was in PE or like physical education, all that stuff. When you play football or soccer or whatever, right? There'd be like these group of people that would take it way too seriously when all you want to do is just get through the lesson and go home, right? There'd be people that would treat it like it's like you're fighting for the World Cup. You know, like that one goal, they'll like scream in your face if you don't get it. That to me is raids in Destiny.
Race to world's first, absolutely. And here's why. Race to world's first does come with a prize.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, and that's, by the way, I'm not slating it. Like, people can be passionate. That is not an issue. But for me, it's intimidating, and I try and avoid that. So I play Destiny purely for I like the gameplay. Gameplay's really fun, just on its own. And I'll hop in every so often, maybe do a PvP. Maybe just run about one of the hub zones and kill some dudes or things or whatever they are. And that's it really for me. Like I remember the very first time I ever did a raid. Actually, this is a good example. It was Vault of Glass. It wasn't World's First, but I was playing with a bunch of people that took it very seriously, given the fact that I was a very new guy. And I remember because Hyruler was there, and I messaged Hyruler afterwards. I was like, bro, I don't think I can do a raid anymore. They give me way too much anxiety, bro. Like, because in raids, there's moments where you are responsible, or at least what you and someone else are responsible for the entire team, right? Yep. So even in Vault of Glass, there's one where you have to hot potato the artifact, in the portals at the end. Yep. And obviously there's one point where you get the artifact, it's your turn to shine, right? It's your go. And if you go down, that is a nuisance. That is a real annoyance to go through it. So doing that and then messing up, you beat yourself up because you're like, oh, and that's just Vault of Glass, and that's not even World's First. And I was the new guy, and everyone knew it, so I was expected to be terrible. So like,
dog, I will never play a Destiny raid ever. Like,
yeah, like raids are for the super committed. Like 97% of Destiny 2 is for the casual, and I will die on that hill. I do not care. Campaign, patrolling, world public events, PvP, gambit, strikes, even nightfalls and dungeons. That caters to the 97% casual audience. You can just go in, it matchmakes you with other people, go have a ball. The other 3%, Grandmaster Nightfalls, dungeons, Master Dungeons, raids contest mode, Trials of Osiris PvP. These things that technically do not have matchmaking, they are not for the 97%. They are for the remaining 3% that don't know what grass looks like because of this game. And I say this playing those game modes.
Yo, question for the chat. Has anybody in the chat done a Destiny raid? 1 if you have, 2 if you haven't. Just type that in the chat. You wanted to say something about this, Allfather?
Well, again, like as a non-Destiny player, I just like kind of find it a little bit interesting because my assumption, and this is just kind of going over like live service loot games in general, kind of tying back into Avengers a little bit, is like I never right, okay, this is, you know how long I've been in the Avengers community and talked about Avengers. I never played the Avengers raid ever. Never played it once. So like
I played it once with Lejeune and that was it.
So I think that kind of like, 3% of a player base will be hardcore on the raids. I think that's probably quite normal for like most big looter games where like the end game content, like the 97% of the stuff is probably for casuals, probably the same for Avengers. They just didn't pull off the live service aspect of it well enough, but Destiny does. Destiny's got so much other stuff going on that like you've got so much other stuff to do even if you don't play the raid. So that's pretty cool.
I was gonna say about that, like with the Avengers raid, right? You can literally have only one good person in that thing that knows what they're doing and has a relatively decent build, which, let's be honest, isn't that hard to do in Avengers, and you can drag the 3 other people with you. Just tell them what to shoot at, and it's so easy. Destiny,
I don't want to pull the conversation away from Destiny, by the way.
No.
Oh no,
I was using that as a good like comparison point.
Yeah,
like,
totally. Like,
if anything, you're doing a great thing because I keep Doom on a very strict time limit on Sundays because we have to go watch The Last of Us at a certain time. So moving the plots along, okay.
It's only because like obviously this is the first stream I've ever done, and like as everyone probably knows who follows me on Twitter, I've got a lot to say about Avengers most of the time. So I'm just dropping my little thoughts on it as I go. For anyone who, I don't know if you like people who watch you are familiar with me, but yeah, that's all it was.
Oh yeah, we discuss you every now and then on here, good. Real quick, let's holler at the homegirl. She's gonna tell y'all to like the video, and she's probably gonna get in the chat and tell y'all to do the same thing. Then we're gonna move on to something that I know Stardust has been itching to discuss. I've seen a lot on Twitter from Allfather about, and even me and Jay Kuhn had discussed this. I think it was week before last on the weekly wrap up. So do this real quick, then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna pop it off. So let's go, people.
FinancialFelons.com is where you can find the latest and exclusive DSG gear, from Fire or Trash, Excelsior Now, DSG Team Gear, and more. That's www.financialfelons.com. Make sure to use code DOOM for 15% off. That's code DOOM for 15% off. This is your DSG brand ambassador spring, and you know the motto, let the good times roll. What's shaking, people? It's your girl Spring. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. If you enjoy the content, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and share the video. It's an easy way to help the squad grow and give you more fire content, shows, and events. This is your DSG brand ambassador Spring, and you know the motto, let the good times roll.
I'm muted.
Welcome to the Allfather Show.
Wow.
Could they hear me
I don't know.
I could hear you.
Oh, that's awkward. So I didn't unmute myself, by the way. It just happened.
You should be very ashamed of yourself.
That's okay. It's fine.
Me, I am
We're
very
live.
aroused.
Okay, Suicide Squad is what we're going to be talking about right now. Well, I don't know what the hell that was.
I don't know what happened there. That was the weirdest thing, you know.
Wow, delayed. What
Again.
do you guys think this is actually about? And I just want opinions on the delay for
Rocksteady is being
question.
cowards. I said it.
That's how you feel.
Yes.
All father.
The delay itself, I'm like, unless it goes into next year, which it's not, I don't think it's confirmed to be going into next year just yet. That's a rumor at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's delayed by a couple of months, it's only for polish. What we see is what we get.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to change. Even if it's delayed into next year, like to change a game to the extent of what people are complaining about, like, oh, I don't like the fact that it's a looter, that it's a live service, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to be able to change all that in a year. Like, the game's been in development for like 3, 4, 5 years, mate, at this point now.
Yeah.
You can't start again and remake it in a year. It's not happening. So I don't know. I feel like if they're going to delay it by like into 2024, then at best they might respond to like making it more of a, not more of, but like more of a melee focus, because people are complaining that it's a shooter. They might add more melee options and then just to try and give it that sort of familiarity of like an Arkham game in a way, to appease that crowd, not because it's necessarily what they want to do, but you know what I mean? Like that. I don't know. It's interesting.
Stardust. What do you think the delay is about, good sir?
I have an Illuminati brain take on how they've done this, and I think All Father saw it. But I said that hopefully what happened was that Suicide Squad was originally going to release a little buggy, a little bit on the side of like, not quite polished. And the backlash to what we saw, the devs at Rocksteady were able to show up the higher ups and be like, guys, look, give us a bit more time. We got to make sure this baby comes out cooked, because otherwise we're done. Like, look at this reaction. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's genius if they did do that. A shame if they are put in that situation, right? So that's what I think.
Personally, I'm on the side of All Father. This game that we saw, that they showed us, is the game that we are going to be playing. It might look a little bit better. It might feel a little bit smoother. Some of the bugs, maybe falling through a floor, may not happen at the end of the year when they said that it'll be released. I don't even think they're going to cook up anything with the melee. That's what the first thing that I was like, okay, they're about to add melee, a little more melee because of the backlash. And then I thought about it. I was like, nah, that's going to take some time to do. And coming out at the end of the year still, they're not even doing that. They're just going to make the game look, feel better, make sure that you got that, so 60 like FPS and all of that is looking great. That's what I personally think is going to happen.
So I agree with both of you, is that like they are polishing the game as anyone would expect, but like no one's every complaint that I've seen is the fact that it's loot, shooter, live service, gear focused RPG. Like nobody knows the extent of any bugs that are in the game, so nobody cares about that right now. So like if the game releases buggy on top of all those complaints, that's just an extra, like that's just more bad press for them. Right now, I think their main focus has to be the feedback is bad because of X, Y, and Z, which is what they've presented, which isn't bugs. We don't know how buggy the game's going to be. Like, sure, they can polish it, but if it releases perfectly polished and like let's just imagine it releases bug-free in a perfect world, right?
Oh, that'd be the dream.
From what we've seen, everyone still hates X, Y, and Z. So it doesn't matter that they polished it.
But see, that's the thing. I don't think that the game is being delayed over the X, Y, and Z. That's
no. I don't necessarily think it is.
I think those Arkham fans are going to be pissed off.
They're going to be mad
when the game drops.
100%, I agree.
They're not going to take it back behind those core fans who are loud on Twitter. People, outside of Twitter that actually live in the real world and touch grass, like Jay Kuhn said, they not really tripping. They want a game that has super people in it. This game gonna have some super people in it. They're ready to play it, no matter what it is. Go ahead, Jay.
And this is why I said that Rocksteady is being cowards. Like, if it's straight up for polish, then cool, whatever. But seeing that it got delayed that quick, over seeing that kind of a backlash, and the backlash is completely misguided in the first place because everybody's hanging on one single sentence that this game is in the Arkhamverse. That is the only part they are holding on to with both hands and refusing to let go. Not taking into account that it's in the Arkhamverse doesn't mean it's an Arkham game.
True.
Right.
True.
Right.
I agree with that. I agree with that point.
All right. Question. Arkham fans will still be disappointed because they're not changing anything. Do you agree or disagree? Would be the question. Jacob Prime.
I don't think they're going to change anything.
Mr. Allfather.
I think they're in a lose-lose situation because the Arkham fans are going to be pissed that it's not an Arkham game,
right?
And just average superhero fans are going to be pissed off that it's a live service game. Nobody wins. Like there's people who love looters. Like, I was speaking to Sadat and Jay Shock last the other day, and they're excited for it. Fair play. Like, you're allowed to be excited for it. I'm not trying to rain on anyone's parade when I'm giving my opinions on it. But I think, based on the backlash that we've seen, people had an idea in the head of like what a superhero game is, and they just don't think it's where all 4 characters are shooters. That's not a superhero game. It's a shooter game. So I think Stardust has touched on this as well. Even himself, I think he'll admit that, if you want to play as King Shark, you don't want to be running around with a minigun. You want to play as King Shark, doing Shark stuff.
I'm going to be a smartass here for a second. You're absolutely right. It's not a superhero game. It's a supervillain game.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't know.
Super powered game is what I should have said.
I know. I'm just.
That's why I said super powered game. But I've watched King Shark in media not only use his teeth in his arms to fight. He's used weapons. He's used a gun before. So what I'm saying is, look at it like this: they're facing an enemy that they've never faced before. And getting in close and trying to smash everything is not working. Maybe they need the distance in between them. Where's King Shark's distance if he can't get in close? Or if he's getting swarmed? He's got a minigun to back him up. Look at it like that. That's how I'm looking at it. You know what I mean? And plus, a lot of people are freaking out over the fact that the game is a shooter-looter when we've literally talked about one of the longest running in biggest games still out there, Destiny, which is a looter shooter. We've still got games like Fortnite, which is definitely on the menu for tonight, which is a shooter looter. We've got games like what's the other one? The Division or whatever it's called, looter shooter, right? You know what I mean? Like, these games are still really big, and to me, to add super powered beings and to even face superheroes in it is something that me personally, as a superhero loving person, am all for. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at it at the big picture. A lot of people not even really taking into the fact that we are video game connoisseurs. We talk about video games. We do video games. We make content on video games. So our opinions are going to be a little bit circle bubbled. You know what I mean? You got to look at the big old picture.
I like to think of, like, when you think of like superhero fans or like Marvel fans, DC fans, and then like people who just like video games, the Venn diagram is like almost a circle, like just one circle. Like, if you like comics and you like the MCU, chances are you probably like video games. So, like that's the way I look at it. But I feel like Stardust has got a lot to say, so I'm going to be really quick with this point. But like, I remember, I think Suki's in the chat, so she'll probably remember saying this, like, or remember like when Suicide Squad was first kind of announced and shown off, and they were doing like very, very quick snippets of gameplay. That like time frame of the marketing. there was a lot of shooting, and like I remember, like even then, everyone was like, "Ooh, is it a shooter?" Ooh, like you know what I mean? Like I
They were
remember that
shooting in the very
attitude.
first trailer.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And I remember the general attitude on Twitter being like, "Is this a shooter from Rocksteady?" Ooh. Like, and I don't think it's bad that it's. I don't think it's bad to have like a supervillain shooter game. I think the problem that Rocksteady have got is that like people have an expectation of what a Rocksteady game with DC characters looks like and sounds like and feels like to play. So when it's not that, they're like, there's just a cognitive dissonance where they can't match these two ideas together. So like they're not going into a Suicide Squad game expecting a shooter, but that's what it is. So
Star. Same question goes for you, Arkham fans. Will they be disappointed? Do you think they're going to change anything?
I think Arkham fans are going to be disappointed no matter what because it's not another Batman game with Batman as the main star, right? And any video game where we have to hurt Batman is going to hurt them because of course it will, right? if you confronted me, no, let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. If you gave me a Thunderbolts game and I had to kill Spider-Man, I'd be a little salty about that. I'd be a bit like, oh, I don't know, don't know if I can do that, right? And that's the thing with like, and I try and think of it in that way as someone who's not big on Destiny. Oh, I didn't know you. That was the ring I gave Jay Kuhn. We're engaged now. So that
love you too,
no,
sweetie.
but but no, like, but that's the thing though, because I'm not like super invested in DC, right? I look at it from a Marvel's perspective. Say this is a Thunderbolts game, right? And we've got to kill the Avengers. That actually sounds kind of sick. I don't know because I'm just saying like, and you think about it in a sense of okay, let's switch back. There's going to be people who are hate this idea, but guys, you hated it. You must have hated it when it was first revealed. It's always been Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. That's been in the title.
yeah,
The clips have always shown
people have had time
Harley
to come to peace
Quinn
with
doing,
it.
yeah, Harley Quinn, Spider-Man swinging into some guns, and we've already seen Captain Boomerang use what 3 different weapons before this gameplay trailer in the little snippets. We've already seen that, right? So this sort of like mental crisis that people were going through about it when this come out, I feel like is really delayed, just like this game is. So like it's kind of weird to me. And the people that like this idea and then seeing it's a live service and stuff like that, I think the live service is fine. I think it's a very weird. I will say this though. I think it's a very weird business thing for Rocksteady or whoever decided to give Rocksteady this, Warner Brothers or whatever, to say we're going to make you guys do a live service where we expect tons of money without the Justice League in playable. We're going to give you not the Avengers of DC, right? We're going to give you Thunderbolts to start with, right? As your money-making live service extravaganza. That is bold.
That being said,
right?
Suicide
Very
is more
bold.
mainstream than ever.
No,
There's
true.
two
No,
Suicide Squad
sorry,
movies.
it's not a good comparison.
There's
Yeah, it's
4
not a good
cartoon
comparison.
movies.
But what
there's
I mean
Harley
is,
Quinn
though,
TV show. There's Harley. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm like, bro,
no,
Suicide Squad winning
100%,
right now.
100%. But I think that
I get what you're saying. I get what
I
you're
do
saying.
think the Suicide Squad IP itself has died down significantly after the Suicide Squad movie because obviously we saw it didn't make that much money, right? Not as much as they wanted it to. It's a great film, by the way. I love that film.
Right, yeah.
But like, I think since then it's died down just a little bit, just because after the first Suicide Squad, the just Suicide Squad film, I think it was oversaturated. I think we overdid Suicide Squad for a while, and I think this game has come out way too late for that popularity to kind of push into making the money. Exactly, yeah.
I can
so
go along with that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that DC itself is like less pop. Like DC's been in a shambles with like James Gunn taking over, which I personally am all for that. But like a lot of people are like, James Gunn's taking over. What's going on? Is Henry coming back? Is he not coming back? Like DC is a bit of a shit show right now. In of itself. So like, even if you do the Justice League game, it's like it's a time of turmoil for like the whole brand. So then when you're trying to like force a Suicide Squad game, it's like. That's just
Yeah,
in my
exactly.
opinion.
And just like in response to what Jay put, like that's I completely get that, but like it's not going to be marketed as solely like Harley Quinn game, right? We're not pushing that name alone in the search bar or anything. It's going to be
But
Suicide Squad,
people are
and
going
that's
to
an
be
IP in
looking
itself.
at that as a Harley Quinn team up, so they will be typing in Harley Quinn. And you know what's going to pull up? Suicide Squad, sir, because people are going to be putting Harley Quinn in them hashtags, good sir.
Potentially. I think that like again, that's not really like so when I was looking at it, I think that okay, right. Listen, I love Lejunes because he's going to think this is a dig at him because he's the one one of the main people that have been making this point. When people say that they need to let superhero games evolve, a live service that we've just come off of is not evolving. That's not an evolution of the superhero gaming
100%.
landscape. However, we have seen, yeah, there you go, right? We have seen how good Midnight Suns is, at least in my opinion, when people denounced it because it was something different. Those two things can be true at the same time,
Yeah.
right? That it is another live service, which is a bit exhausting after we've just come off Marvel's Avengers, guys. Remember, there's still scars in my heart. All right, I'm still recovering.
Assemble
Not over
we are
yet.
strong.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but superhero games do need to evolve. We do need different genres and stuff like that. And
Well, how about
do
this?
need
Because
another
this
go.
actually goes
Sorry.
on to the next
Yep.
question. No, you're good because this
Okay.
actually
Yep.
goes on to the next question. Will this be treated like a Gotham Knights repeat? You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I know what you
Gotham
mean.
Yes.
Knights isn't a live service game, and Batman is not the star of it. So look how it got treated. I think Gotham Knights is a cool game, but for me, going back, it's kind of boring, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what
It's
I mean?
average,
Like,
but not in a bad way.
right.
It's just
I mean,
average.
I love
Just
the
an average
game. Don't
game.
get it twisted.
Okay game.
Yeah, but it's a good one. I say 4 and done. You complete all your characters and you're good. You know what I mean? So will people? But it was still a good game. But look how much flack it got. You know, it didn't. To me, that game wasn't a 5 out of 10. It was a 7 out of 10 game. You know what I mean?
But Doom
Let's
and-
rank it on. Let's rank it on the panel right here. Gotham Knights. What out of 10? What did you say? What would you say, J. Coon?
PC 5 out of 10
Damn.
because the performance is still bad.
Well, on console, you got it on console too, right?
Sorry, 60 frame for life.
I hear you. Okay, all for them.
I'm not. I mean, I play on console, and I'm not going to hold the FPS against it because it annoyed me a lot. But it is what it is. I'm going to give it just a nice sort of 6.5. Like it could have been a 7 if they just like made it a bit smoother, made it like there was some things they could have tweaked. I think but I don't. Some people hear 6.5 and go, "Well, that's terrible," but I don't think that's a bad score. I think that's just a okay. Okay, it's an okay game.
Okay,
I like it.
yeah.
It's alright.
It's like Stardust.
I give it about 6.57. I think that like a lot of people rate things in the 7s upwards now. So like All Father said, yeah, 6.5. I think that's awful, but that's just above average. So that's not that bad.
Well, for me, I'm gonna still say 7 out of 10 game because of the fact that I went back and played every hero from beginning to end. You know what I mean? That to me, like if I didn't like it or if I thought it was anything, it's an okay game, and I'm gonna say okay to good game. Because if it was just an okay game, I think I'd have got bored of it after, the second run through with somebody and just left it at that. But I wanted to finish all 4 of my characters. You know what I mean?
I think Jay Shockblast and I was watching Jay Shockblast and Sadat stream the other day, and I think it was Jay that touched on a really good point. Well, both of them, they were just chatting about it, and they said like people are mad that Suicide Squad is gonna be a live service battle pass game, and they're annoyed that Gotham Knights isn't a live service battle pass game.
That's
Pick a
crazy.
struggle.
You can never win.
Pick a struggle.
Yeah.
Like you want more content from Gotham Knights, and you don't want more content from Suicide Squad. Like people don't know what they want. I don't know what I want at this point. Like I've been putting out rants on Twitter, like, oh, Suicide, and like I admit this about myself. I'm like, Suicide Squad's doing this, and it's pissing me off, and people are like, you're just being really negative, and it's like, let them do a new thing with the superhero genre, and I'm like, is this new thing in the room with us now? Like it's a looter shooter. We've had this before. It's not new. Like it is maybe for this genre of like supervillains, but is not really a new thing. It's Crackdown. It's
Well, I
Crackdown
mean,
with a battle pass.
if you want to get down to it, there's no such thing as original anymore.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I was touching on this point like as well. I was like, it's so hard to do an original idea now. All you can do is really redo another idea and do it exceptionally well.
Yeah, because I'll give a prime example. One of my favorite games of last year was a game called Stray. Cat Daddy, like, have cat cams on the stream all the time. Obviously, I love cats. And then you gave me a game with my favorite type of cat as the main protagonist, an orange cat. Of course, Jay is going to play this game. Of course he is. It's still a platformer. It's just a platformer with a cat. So, like, it's still, at the end of the day, it's still just that type of game. So it's not original. It's just a cool original.
It makes me laugh though when so people are talking about as you guys just mentioned there. I think a good example of that is that a lot of superhero fans will look at games. So Forspoken, right? A lot of people look at the spells and be like, "Damn, I'd love a Doctor Strange game." You know what I mean? Or with this exact point, or Scarlet Witch, or they'll look at insert game here as
half my Twitter account is based on I wish X did X. Like,
and that's what I mean. And I think that we're actually getting that variety now, right? Midnight Suns, Spider-Man / whatever Wolverine's going to be. It'll probably be similar, but there's going to be more gory elements to that. It's almost going to be like an adult version.
Don't forget we got the Iron Man game coming too. Everybody forgets that they have the Iron Man game coming.
Cap and Black Panther. Black Panther alone just is singular as what he's doing. But I'm talking about just in this recent stuff, we have a lot of options. Like, if live service is not your thing and you want a DC game to play, Wonder Woman is hopefully not too far off. And that's by a fantastic developer with an amazing Nemesis system that they've confirmed is going to be in it. It's going to be nuts. Do you know what I'm saying? So, those things are there. It's, and I think that I'm not saying screw you guys, just move away, you're not allowed to complain, but there is obviously kind of there's some exactly. And I remember that a lot of people said, and I think this is a point I made to you all, Father, that a lot of people are like, but if you put in a poll, more people would want Justice League. I mean, so one team's got to lose, right, in a poll, but there's still going to be people that would vote for Suicide Squad, and that audience is what they're going to go for.
Catered for.
Last question in this particular segment, and it's kind of a funny question. What is the most far out reason that you've read or heard that they're delaying Suicide Squad? Start with you, J. Cole.
Honestly, I haven't heard anything insanely far-fetched that I wouldn't honestly believe, but I think the one that made me roll my eyes the hardest was that they were going to take away the live service element. That one just made me go,
hands up. All Father, crazy is far out reason.
That's it. It's the same reason. That is just not gonna happen at this point. You'd have to rework the entire bones of the game. Now is a live service looter grind game. What we see is what we get, and anyone who thinks otherwise, I'm sorry, but you're just dreaming. That's what you're gonna get. I've accepted that. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I've been talking so much shit about Suicide Squad on Twitter lately, and I know for a fact. Here's the thing, right? I'm open to them changing my mind still. If they release more gameplay, and I'm like, oh, that's actually not what I thought, or that actually looks a lot better than I thought, or they've improved this since the last one, I'll be the first guy to put my hands up on Twitter and go, hey, you know what? They've convinced me otherwise. But I don't think that's going to happen, because I don't think it's going to change no matter how much they delay it. So we'll see.
Slightly less fat Stardust.
So for me, it was the live service elements and making the Justice League playable. You beat them and then you get them like Pokemon. Do you know what I'm saying? You beat Superman, you get Superman. Could you imagine that? Why would I want to play as anyone else but the most a super powered superhero of all time?
Yeah, that's crazy.
sorry, Harley Quinn, you're gonna have to take a back seat. I'm gonna play as the dude who's
why would
literally
you?
invincible.
I
With
would
All the
only play
Batman.
Green
Think about all
Lantern.
the Batman fans. That's all they want anyway. Is to play as Batman. So you be
you
Batman.
might as well just call it Arkham Squad. Like at that point, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that doesn't even make sense because
The
none of those
gameplay and
people have ever been in the Suicide Squad. So why would
gameplay and story is the turning point for lots of people, negative or positive. That's true. That's true. Splash 6411 in the chat just said, I think gameplay and story is a turning point for a lot of people, and I agree. But I actually think I'm gonna kind of just delve into that for 1 second, if it's okay.
I just lost my shit real quick. I'm sorry.
Remember the P90.
I'm sorry. I'm done. Okay,
So-
go ahead, Alpha.
So Splash is saying
You leave me
gameplay-
alone, Al.
Splash is saying gameplay and story. And I don't know if they mean gameplay and story as one or gameplay or story. So like for some people you can have one or the other. Like some people will play a game that's not got great gameplay because they really want to like enjoy the story. Some people don't care about story, they just care about gameplay. Like so I feel like Suicide Squad is probably going to lean more into gameplay than story. I don't think you're going to get a story experience like the Arkham games, which are very story centric, if that makes sense. It's a co-op game. You can't really focus on story the same way you can in a single player game anyway, for starters. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with this. I kind of wanted to touch on it.
I will say just one story element I want to like praise about Suicide Squad that I'm really looking forward to is Wonder Woman's kind of arc in it when she like tackled Flash and they had like that little back and forth. That was some really good voice acting.
True.
And like
True.
and it was a really good like when Barry kind of like very briefly sort of snapped out of the mind controls like you have to kill us to save the world. I was like, damn, that
Yeah,
must hurt.
that
Because
was
imagine
good.
that. Imagine that for Wonder Woman being like, you have to kill all your friends to save the world. Like that must
Yeah.
suck. And then the visions of like her teammates going. I mean, obviously it's for the trailer, but I'd love if they actually just did that in the actual game. Just show the faces of like Batman, Lantern, Superman, everyone, because that would just be nuts. And that's the thing. Like, if all the story elements are kind of like the Suicide Squad obviously doing their thing, but we're using it more as a lens to look at like the Justice League struggle and that internal struggle, then I'd be happy with that as well. It'd remind me quite a lot.
Stop trying to bring this game back to the Justice League. It's a Suicide Squad game.
Because that's what everyone wants, Doom. Everybody wants Justice League.
No. I'm happy
I'm
to
a
play
Flash
Suicide
fan.
Squad.
I get it.
I'm happy. I'm more than happy that they're all brainwashed besides like one of them. But I do think that the coolest way to do it, the most great balanced way that I think will make everyone happy by the end of it, if they give it a chance, is still have the Suicide Squad, still do their thing, still go meet Amanda Waller, still go get the gear, still do everything. But when we get to those moments with like Wonder Woman, for example, right? I'm so excited, especially when she clashes with Superman and they go mental while we're trying to like find a way to trap him in something. Maybe like it's a raid light mission. We're going around the city to like activate like a kryptonite net or
That's a really
something.
good point.
Cool,
I was thinking like, how are they actually going to fight Superman? And you've just raised a really good point. Is like, you don't directly fight Superman. Like it's a mission where you have to assist Wonder Woman. I think that's
you
really
kind of
cool.
got to delay him.
Yeah.
Or with that, you could have Wonder Woman. The thing about the scenery, though, it's so because obviously the traversal is nice and high in the sky. We're swinging Superman and Wonder Woman crashing through buildings and stuff like that, like smashing into like old cars and shit. Like obviously Wonder Woman being like, "Kal-El, can you chill out, please?
Kal-El,
You've had too much creatine." And like and stuff, but like, and then obviously we eventually, if we have to fight him, like if we do, then there'll be a chance to weaken him. Like maybe we can use like, do you know what I mean? Different sorts of exactly, yeah. And I think that'd be so cool, honestly. And that's the things. It's those things that make me think like this game's gonna be secretly quite a masterpiece. I think by the end of it, but they're just not able to show that because. If you say this gameplay trailer was showing a Superman boss fight with Wonder Woman doing that, you've just spoiled probably one of the coolest ending fights. You can't do that, but that could be pretty much the entire game. Is these epic set pieces?
Sadat touched on that in the stream the other day. He was like, "Oh, why did? Oh no, it's actually when they'd done the reveal, and I was watching this video, and he was like, oh, why have they just cut off? He was like, why didn't they show off the Flash boss fight? Why have they cut the gameplay just before the Flash boss fight? And it's like probably because of what you just said. Like
It's going to be nuts. That's why.
That's like the meat and potatoes of the game. Is the boss fights are going to be sick, and I'm open for that. Like if they show boss gameplay and that's like where the real game is, I'm going to be like, okay, fair enough, that looks good. But again, just have to wait and see.
I have a question for you guys then, just super quick. Doom, I know you were about to do one. Can I ask one quick question? Just one. I'm not trying to be the host, but I'm so interested in this. Please. Okay. If you guys could pick one boss fight to see out of any of the Justice League members to market that, if the boss fights are the key, which one would you choose?
Green Lantern, of course.
You choose Green Lantern. What was that, All Father? Did you say one?
Yeah. Probably
Green Lantern. But think
Green
about
Lantern's
this.
a good choice because
the
you
set
can do so
piece
much
as
with
it
him.
is beautiful, right? And you've got Green Lantern's powers, which he can literally create and do anything. So picture all of the aesthetics you have right now, plus the Green Lantern's effects. That's a selling. You're selling the game right there. Boom.
I agree. Yeah, I think he'd be visually the coolest, while also not being like the biggest in name value in the Justice League to not like be. So then people would be like, "Oh, mate, how are they going to do Batman? How are they going to do Superman? Yo, yeah, that's great. That's a perfect answer, I think."
Yep. Real quick, before we move on to the final subject of the night, and we can go all watch The Last of Us, because it is Last of Us night. Happy Last of Us night, chat. Happy Last of Us night, content creators. J. Coon Prime, All Father, slightly less fat start. What video games have you guys been playing this week? Monday through Sunday. Starting with you, J. Coon Prime.
What do you think?
That's the only one you played this week at all? Like
that's all. We were prepping.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, that's all.
Destiny2 for you. All Father, what have you played this week?
You know what? I've actually been grinding out the Modern Warfare 2 Battle Pass.
So. Actually, I apologize. I played one night of Halo Infinite because Season 3 dropped, and it was fun.
I do not picture you a Modern Warfare guy at all.
Yeah, I've got a very, very tasting game, surprisingly. I know I talk about like Avengers and superheroes like 99% of the time. But I play like a lot of games. I play like Chivalry, like medieval warfare games.
I can see that.
It's the beard. but yeah, no, grinding out COD. I'm gonna finish that battle pass and then I'm gonna move on to Battlefield 2042 and grind that battle pass.
I don't know
That's
if we are
Plus,
friends
actually,
on PlayStation, or if you even are on PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm on PlayStation.
If we are not, let's get on that, because the homie Brock has literally been. I've been promising Brock I was going to play Battlefield 2042 with him. I've not played it yet. So.
I'm 100% down to get on Battlefield with you guys.
100%. That works. If you got Brock, just we can get it together.
We can sort that out.
Yeah. Stardust, what you been playing this week, bro?
Mine's really different to like you guys. After watching the Dead Island 2 gameplay reveal, I went back and played the first one again.
Yeah.
Because I love those sort of zombie games. I was really big on Dying Light 2. All Father knows he made me a graphic. And I've just Dead Island 2 looks super fun. I'm so glad that it's not a complete mess after being put through like 7 different developers. It might still be. Yeah. They might pull the wool over our eyes, but from what I've seen, it looks really good. So I jumped into the first one.
It definitely looked a lot better than I expected.
Yeah. And I have to admit, though, considering it is a 10-plus-year-old game, it don't hold up very well. But nostalgia got me through it. I still enjoyed it.
Yes, indeed.
That's one of those things that, like, all of us that have just given up hope that this game was ever coming, it could wind up being just like the worst game we've ever played. We don't care. It is the light at the end of the tunnel. We have waited so long for this game that we're going to play it no matter how bad or good it is.
It's just insane to me. Like, I finished the first one when I was like 12. I'm 22 now. Yeah. And it's coming out this year. I did the first one
in my early 20s. I turned 40 this year.
Damn. That's nuts.
That is insane, dude.
Wow. I've been playing only a couple of video games this week. Still, I love me some Midnight Sun, so I play that. You know, at least a match or two every night. Not every night, but every chance that I get, because I do not even game that often anymore. But I tried Fortnite's new season, which we will be talking about next. But I am addicted to freaking Overwatch 2. The game is I even streamed it. Like, y'all know I don't freaking stream video games no more. I was even streaming Overwatch like for hours and hours yesterday, dude. I am enjoying the game. I don't know if it's just like the intensity of it, you know what I mean? The teamwork is like you gotta know what you're doing. Once you get to a certain level in that game, you gotta know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
I really enjoyed Overwatch 1 when I used to play it like a little bit, not loads, but like I played the first one quite a bit, and as Reinhardt, I think, was my main. I really enjoyed it. It's good. Like I love those kinds of like game like hero shooters, but where like each hero is like just vastly different.
Right.
Like, and you've got to work together. I love that stuff. Love
Dude,
that kind of thing.
We were playing yesterday. It was me, Babe Bro Brock, Obliminal, and King Greek, dude. And like King Greek was playing the tank. He was like wrecking everything. So like when you got a really good tank like that, it allows you to maneuver and do different things. So we've got like Babe Bro flying in the sky, just like healing everything, and you know Brock is turning into a turret and literally spraying the entire other team. It was so like when it works out like that, it's just like the most fun, because you know you're like, look, there's a guy, you know, running across the balcony. Babe Bro's like, nah, I got him. I'm in the sky, and you know.
Did any of you guys ever play a game called Paragon?
No, I've never played Paragon.
Oh,
I know what it is, but I've never played it.
Paragon was so good. Like
it's same style, right? Yeah,
it's the same kind of like it's like it's a MOBA, and like obviously Overwatch is slightly more arena-ish in some ways, but like Paragon was like 3 lanes, like a classic MOBA style. But man, that game got cancelled for like various reasons, and it got pulled off. But it was so good. There's actually like a team of like modders who've literally remade the whole game themselves on Unreal because all the assets were made free on Unreal. So people have just remade Paragon. It's that good. Honestly, if you ever get a chance to check out the remake, or you'd love it if you love Overwatch and that kind of gameplay. Love Paragon, man. It's so good.
It's funny you mentioned Paragon, being that the next subject that we're about to talk about is often referred to as the reason Paragon died.
Oh, what? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Fortnite, of course.
Yep. Yeah. Fortnite.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, let's listen to the homie one more time, and then we're going to talk about some Fortnite Season 4. Well,
Chapter 4,
Season 2. Yeah, okay. Let's get it. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah. Fire or trash, the only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or trash, the only thing you can answer to the
Hey guys, it's Spring. Sit back and relax, you are now rocking with the best. So why don't you look your best by rocking your very own Fire Trash t-shirt. Where to get it, you might ask? Go to financialfelons.com and use code DOOM for 15% off. Support your favorite team and look fly doing it. Take a picture in your shirt and send it to us at DoomSquad_DSG on Twitter, and we will be sure to shout you out. I'll be looking forward to seeing your swag. Don't forget, use code DOOM at checkout for your 15% off. See you soon, and let the good times roll.
Fire or trash, the only thing you can answer to the questions I ask. Fire or
Yo. All right. Y'all know how this goes. Actually, All Father might not know how this goes. The only thing you can answer, All Father, is fire or trash. There's no in between. There's just fire or trash.
Right.
Fortnite Chapter 4, Season 2 update. Slight Stardust, fire or trash?
Trash. I haven't touched it.
I'll
trash because I haven't played it.
Gosh. All Father,
right?
Fire or trash?
Just educate me so I can give an actual answer. Are we talking about what's currently active in the game now?
Yes.
For the trailer that came out where they were like gliding on lines and stuff.
Yeah.
And like doing all that fire.
Mm-hmm. J-Kun Prime.
Fire.
Chat, let me know in the chat, fire or trash. Let's go. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give it a fire. I'm gonna give it a fire because that's the only thing I can answer is fire or trash. So I'm gonna give it a fire. Now, I want your full opinion, J. Coon Prime, the good, the bad, and the ugly on Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 2. Let's go.
The good. The weapon pool is awesome. The hammer is gone. Thank God. But in its place is that goddamn katana, which I think is going to be worse because that thing actually hurts if you hit somebody with it. The weapon pool is fantastic. The bad. Only 1/3 of the map got changed. That was it. But back to good. That 1/3 of the map is fuego.
Yeah.
And then the ugly was nothing else really happened. The battle pass is kind of leaving me wanting. So that's the ugly. The battle pass is kind of like, like I may not care if I
the duality of humans.
Okay. All Father, good, bad, and the ugly on Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 2.
Okay, so I'm going to offer a slightly different perspective on this because I haven't played it. I am basing the fire purely on the trailer that I watched, and I thought it was fucking awesome. So, like, the new traversal mechanics, the new, like, dash mechanics with the katana and, like, all that kind of stuff, like, driving through this new huge city, I just thought it looked awesome. So, like every I don't play Fortnite often. I'll re-download it once in a while, give it a whirl. But the trailers they do are just so good, man.
Dude, they are second to none when it comes to trailers.
They catch me every time I'm watching a trailer and I'm like, need to stop playing this again. And it's like, and it's like, but at the same time, as anyone who's seen my Twitter like feed, like every time I see a Fortnite trailer, I'm like, you need to just make a Marvel game with these mechanics. Like, please, God, just take these mechanics that you've got for all these different things and make a superhero game. It'll be amazing. And that's where I come from on that. That's my stance on it.
They did. It's called Fortnite.
Slightly less fast Stardust. I know you haven't played, but you can also give your opinion. Actually, I got a better question for you. What about Fortnite is not pulling you back in? Like it pulls everybody back in.
So I think for me, so I've tried hundreds of times. I genuinely believe that because my hours are actually quite high, not as high as like a J. Coon or yourself who actually play it often, but like they're pretty high because I continuously have tried and I've tried to get into it since Chapter 0 Season 2. I have Blue Squire, you know what I'm saying? Like, and for some reason, even though everyone tells me every game is different, like because it is, because there are different scenarios and stuff do happen, I personally just do not get that like endorphin rush. Like I think that the game just, unless I'm playing with friends, makes my like anxiety just too high for me to even enjoy it as a video game. So if I'm in like a one-on-one situation, right, and I'm like close to winning, my heart just does a madness. I stop breathing and my control and my genuinely, if I go to the gym any longer, I think I might break the handles of my own controller. How hard I grip them, right?
Oh, go ahead.
So it's not because it's bad that it's not bringing me in. It's because it's almost too good at what it does that makes me almost want to stay away from it. Because it's, for me, it's hard to look at it as a video game, really, because I can't just relax and enjoy it on like a 3 a.m. when I'm exhausted, or else I'll just die straight away and won't even get to play it. So yeah, that's kind of my thing. I think it's almost uncompetitive even with bots.
I get where you're coming from.
I can sympathize with him a ton because I have a couple friends that act the exact same way. Like, I have a couple buddies that I play with that, like, when we get into our shit and all that type of stuff, we're just kind of like, all right, scanning the area for hostiles. See any movement? Negative, Ghost Rider. All right, move to checkpoint Bravo. And then we have, like, one guy, I don't want to call him out, but, like, he's a good friend of mine for a very, very long time. He's one of those dudes that, like, I will sit there, I will hang out in a bush or on a mountaintop. I've been told that like my gameplay is that of a trapdoor spider. I just sit and I wait and I watch. And me doing that for longer than 20 seconds just drives his anxiety up a wall that he has to drive a truck off a cliff and fire a rocket while doing a barrel roll all simultaneously.
Like I could, anyone who's ever played with me can say that like that whole thing, like you mentioned, Jay Kuhn, that like waiting and watching and jumping at the line, I can't do it. I either fight and I'm just constantly getting down because I'm too like, oh, there's an enemy. Pew!
Yeah.
I just run straight into the middle of it.
Where I had that competitive shooting background, like I don't mind playing alone, and I will sit. There are 99 other dudes on that map. I will happily just hang out right over here and just watch y'all hang yourselves. And like, oh, there's only 2 left. All right, bang, bang.
And that's the thing.
Yes, I win.
I've done that before, so I try to do that on a lot of like solo games, but that's the problem. My anxiety then goes up too much because then when I'm 1-on-1, I'll choke every time. So I'm just like, oh,
because now you're worried. Like, okay, well, it's just me and him now.
I can't.
If
I have
he's
to
a better
fight
shot.
now.
Then I'm dead.
And it's too much.
Yeah, and if you don't have that kind of time to dedicate to like, because that's one of the things I've told people. I've especially told newer players or people coming back from the game. And I even watch videos that tell me the exact same thing. Get into fights. Like, go looking for trouble in that game because it's the only way you're going to get better. If you just run around avoiding conflict the entire time, the rest of the players are getting better because they're fighting more than you, and you are not used to that scenario.
I know a really big attraction for Fortnite as well is, of course, the awesome cosmetics that they do,
Yes.
Especially like the collab ones and stuff. But like, I think for me that because luckily I'm not that deep into Fortnite, I haven't been trapped by that spider's web yet, which means I still have money in my pocket.
Yeah,
I would just say this, Stardust. It is definitely a different experience with like friends that know how to play for fun. Like that's a big part.
100%. Yeah. I've played with Spring, Neo, Alkheim, you know.
Me and High Roller did it once.
We've done it
pretty
before.
fun.
No, it's not fun with J. Cone. You're going to get yelled at.
Oh, come on.
No, do you know what? You know what?
I can turn off the serious switch.
I'm gonna defend Jay Kuhn here. I think the dynamic of like me being the way I am, where I'm so not competitive, with Jay Kuhn, who is very competitive, is actually really funny. It's actually quite a good dynamic.
I'm gonna be honest,
because I'm
dying
dying in 2 seconds.
Never yelled at me in the Fortnite game. We only have fun.
It's just because Jay Kuhn will be like, right, stand back, and I like die at the top of this building, and then he's like proper serious. He's like, right, I'll save Stardust. I've got him. I'll save him, and then it's like a team of like. Not even a team, like it's like 8 people just rush my corpse for the loot, and Jay Kuhn's just like, "Oh, this sucks."
I think for me, it's like, sorry, no, go on.
No, go ahead. You're good.
I was just gonna say, like, just on the back of that, like, I think for me, it's not even the competitive side of things because, like, I'm very competitive in online shooters, like I said, play COD, play Battlefield, etc., etc. So, like, that stuff, you know, Halo.
What up, Suki?
So, like. You know, that's all well and good. That's fine. I think for me, it's like I love the idea of Fortnite more than I love Fortnite. So, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'll watch the trailers and I want all that traversal and like the cool mechanics, and I want that all the time when I'm playing it. So I want to jump in and have access to everything they show in the trailer all the time because that's all the fun stuff. But then 90% of the time you're just running around with a gun and hiding in a bush, and it's like, and that's fine. I'll play battle royales, play PUBG. You know, I'm okay with that. But in my head, I'm like, I want to swing with Spider-Man webs, and I want to do Kamehameha, and I want to do that. And it's like, I don't get to do that often, which is why I want a game which implements all these awesome mechanics where you can just use them freely, but then defeats the purpose because the hook is trying to get those items. I get it. But like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like a game like Paragon that uses all of Fortnite's mechanics and outfits would be sick.
Right.
Okay, I got a rebuttal. Suki, the only reason you got yelled at because you only had nothing but bows is because I already had to save your ass twice that match, and then you set our cover on fire.
Me and Suki have an affinity for bows. I'm gonna let her off with that one. I don't know what happened there, but she uses bows, so she's all right.
I'm not sure bows are in the loot pool right now.
They aren't.
I know.
Think.
Oh, they aren't. Oh, yeah.
If I can get a bow in the game,
that's why she doesn't play.
Yeah,
I'm saying good, bad, and ugly for Fortnite this season is the good. It is still super fun with friends. That corner of the map they did, I wish like the entire thing would, or give us just a game mode where we can just play in that little section of the map. You know what I mean? That would be fire for me. You know,
I'm mad as hell that they gave us a new POI called Mega City, and then they had the absolute audacity to not give us Judge Dredd as a guest character.
The bad, it's still the same Fortnite that it was before the update. Yeah. I mean, it's not really like you said, it not really much has changed. And for me, last season was one of my least played seasons since I've started playing Fortnite, and I don't really see that changing this season for me.
So I feel like everyone, and I am guilty of this as well, everyone, because there have been 4 different maps now, has a certain love and nostalgia for the map they originally started on. A lot of people still talk very fondly of the Chapter 1 map. I started on Chapter 2. I would give anything to have the Chapter 2 map back.
Right.
There are plenty of people that like the Chapter 3 map. It was all right, but I never was in love with a certain location in that area. People always joke because on Chapter 2, I always dropped at a place called Caddy Corner. I never found my Caddy Corner on the Chapter 3 map. And the same process is repeating on the Chapter 4 map. It's all right. I'm not digging the medieval thing, but I have not found my Caddy Corner yet.
I drop at the ice spot every time just because I know I can get
a weapon what's there.
Full health. Literally, that's the only reason I dropped there. And it is literally on the other side of the map from
you talking about the little dock area with like the one. Yeah, I dropped there all last season. Like it's got everything you want except the bounty board.
Right, but you can go right up to the gas station, grab a car, and you boom.
Yeah, and but even you got to admit there was something about that place that just it had everything you need, but it just wasn't hitting.
No, I mean I knew I wasn't. You know, one of the main reasons is I knew I was not going to die there. If I landed there, I am not going to die. No, there's nothing spectacular here, but if I land here, I will make it through till top 10 for sure.
The Spider-Man gauntlets are vaulted now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, but the guest character this season is Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. So we are about to get the omnidirectional grapples.
True. I was just thinking because like it seems so crazy to like get rid of the Spider-Man swinging when you introduce a city to the game. Like that's madness to me.
The Daily Bugle perplexed us all.
Admittedly, though, the Attack on Titan thing does look cool.
Yeah.
I will say though, for Mega City that looks like a futuristic like city, I know a certain Spider-Man that would fit in there quite well. Of a 2099 variety.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a good call.
The night is still young.
That's a super good call.
And Across the Spider-Verse is just around the corner. And wouldn't you know it, this season's going to last through the month of June.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And we already got Gwen in the game from that.
And the Prowler.
I didn't even think about that.
That would be an insane mid-season. Like
we still need Miles, but
Fortnite is not dumb. Trust me.
Oh my gosh! Look at this one though. Look who else would look good in Mega City. The Batman Beyond.
That's a good call.
Oh yeah.
Stardust is blown away. He's like, actually, that's a pretty good call.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
I love Batman Beyond.
If Marvel and DC would like allow them to do a trailer together where 2099 can meet Beyond in the Fortnite city, I would actually like. You know the Randy Marsh meme from South Park where there's stuff all over the room? That'd be me, bro.
That would break the internet, bro.
Yeah,
the internet would be that dog meme with everything on fire behind it, and he's just like, everything's
ectoplasm.
Did they
do a Cyberpunk? Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, last thing in the Fortnite session, then we can just kind of BS for another few minutes before we get out of here. Is the implementation of FPS mode. I really was hoping that that was going to be like a week one thing. I want the first person mode to just be a thing in Fortnite because honestly, I suck at third person shooting. It's too much for me to look at. That's why I like games like Overwatch, Call of Duty, stuff like that, where you pull that scope up and that's what it is. You know, I'm not looking at my skin. I'm not looking at the background. I'm looking at where that red dot is pointed at and I'm shooting.
I,
Go ahead. Anybody?
I actually only play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in third person. Won't play anything else. Like,
He's not lying about that, by the way.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'll play a first person shooter, play Battlefield, but like, how could you? How would like if you had the option? Why would you not choose third person? Like, you can see around corners and you've got more spatial awareness and like, no, that's
for me. I need to be focused. I got ADHD, bad as hell, bro. So I'm about to shoot you in Fortnite, and I see a butterfly flying on the side of you. I'm like, oh, butterfly, and now I'm dead. I'm dead.
That's
you know
fair,
what I mean?
yeah. Like tunnel vision.
Yes, I
Yeah.
need
Going
tunnel
on,
vision,
yeah.
bro. Like,
That's fair. I'd say though, I get why it's taken them so long to do this because like it kind of defeats the purpose of buying skins and stuff if we can't actually see them on
I
our own
100%
person.
agree.
So
That
like
was
I
one
can
of the
definitely
first comments I
see.
saw was,
Yeah,
first person mode, there goes the Fortnite shop.
Yeah.
yeah,
I even said
exactly.
that.
And
I even said that
yeah.
about Battlefield. The other, like, I might have even been earlier today. I can't remember. Like, I tweet too much, man. I need to stop tweeting so much. But but I was like, all these cool skins in Battlefield 2042, but I can't see them. Like, have a third person.
see,
Mode.
I think Overwatch does a good job with that because they show you your skin so many different ways. Emoting shows you your skin. Saying hello
Yeah.
shows you your skin. When you're fighting, you know, I don't need to see what I look like when I'm shooting your ass. Long as I can see
Yeah.
my gun in my red dot and it's on pointing
Well,
at you, that's what
It's like
that's me
Reinhardt.
personally.
When you activate your shield as Reinhardt, third person view. So it's like,
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
stuff
Destiny
like
does
that.
the
Like
same
some,
thing. Swords
so,
third
yeah.
person, emotes are third person, guns
yeah,
are
that's
first.
cool. I do like games that do that. To be fair, that
So,
is
yeah,
cool.
so I think like Destiny, yeah, you when you
Yeah,
mentioned
Destiny
Destiny
does that too.
does it to a perfect extent because you can literally changing your weapon will put you in first or third person mode. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So yeah, that was it for me. Stardust, FPS mode for you. What are you thinking? You like nay? Yay?
What I mean, I like the idea of it, but like I said, I just don't think like if I did come back to Fortnite, I think I'd use it once just to say I'd give it a go. And if I did fall in love with it, cool. If I didn't, then that's fine because I'd like to see my skin. I kind of just run Moon Knight and that's it forever. Because I use Mr. Knight for the British representation.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Chat, thank you guys for tuning in. We're about to chop it up about some random stuff real quick. Random thoughts of on gaming or entertainment up for the week. What you got, J. Coon Prime?
The next few months for me are going to be very, very busy. But next week, thankfully, is going to be a little bit of a cool down. We're going to tackle the raid again at some point after that. I don't want to hear the word Destiny for like a week. This is going back in the closet. This is the rating helmet. This is going back in the closet for a little while. I want to play some more Fortnite. I have been missing DC Universe Online at the end of the month as Resident Evil 4 Remake. We were going to talk about it a little bit, but I do have time to wait on it, and that's okay. And I'm waiting for this guy to show up in September. Shout outs to Teon Entertainment. I will still happily do a playthrough the entire game with this thing on. Yes, I can see and breathe out of it. Give me RoboCop Rogue City. Give me more stuff about it. Just, I can't wait.
You missed a wet wrap up last week. We were talking about RoboCop.
I had to have dinner with the mom. I didn't miss it fully. I had you on the phone on the way home.
What you random thoughts for the week, Mr. Allfather?
I mean, I've just been going ham on Suicide Squad. I think I need to give them a break. Like I need to just let it be and see what comes next from that game. And then other than that, it's like I just kind of want to get in more into my YouTube stuff. Like I've been planning out a video for ages now about like just superhero gaming and as a whole, which I'm still working on. like I find it hard to like finish videos and get started on them just due to work and family life and like I want to get more into YouTube. Hence why when you DM me today, I was like, you know what? Let's just fucking go for it. I was like, you know, you've got to start at some point, and then you know, it's probably one of the most accessible ways for me to get into it is just do stuff like this, and just get into the flow of it more. But yeah,
And
make it
YouTube is hard,
do my
man. You gotta
video
stick
about.
to it, or else it like you just drop hard.
Yeah, it's just finding the time for me. Like it's, and I know that sounds like bullshit, like a bullshit excuse, but
Oh, it's not.
you know,
Absolutely, it's
No,
not.
who content creators get you, bro? We get it.
Content creation is a second job that is more full time than your actual job and 10 times less thankless. So,
yeah. But yeah, it's just work on my Suicide Squad / Avengers / Gotham Knights kind of thoughts video where I'm at with all that, and just be like, you know, just kind of do that. And then other than that, it's just like I say, Call of Duty, Battlefield, grinding those games. That's pretty much it.
Sounds good to me.
hell yeah.
Random thought, Star.
So there's games that I want this month, all right? I'm looking at 2K23, WWE 2K23, and Resident Evil 4 Remake. Resident Evil 4, I adore that game, the original one, obviously. And then, like, this one looks sick as well. I want them both. Probably will have no chance to play them because I am currently, right? So, hear me out. Gym every day for at least an hour and a half, right? That's 30 minutes to walk there, 30 minutes walking back, as well as, so that's about 2.5 hours. Maths, yes. And then got to keep an eye on food stuff. So that's obviously calorie deficit, right? Then I am doing YouTube videos when I can now because I'm currently looking for an apprenticeship for digital marketing, which they still haven't gotten back to me yet, but I won't mention the names because then they'll be like,
We're definitely not going to hire you now.
Podcast now. Yeah, exactly. So if that doesn't work, then I've got to look for other stuff. Caring for my mum. She's going through some stuff. And just general, just like life bits, you know, just social and all that. So like with all that, the only time I have really to do like gaming / this cool stuff is like past midnight.
Yeah, that's what sucks for us in the UK. Like, you know, having all you American friends is great. Don't get me wrong, but like, you guys fuck our sleeping patterns up. Something bad if
no, like, it's necessary, bro. Like this is when I'm most productive. I ain't even gonna lie to you because like there's nothing else to do during this time. Like that, and obviously you can just sleep. Sure, that's the healthy option, but who likes that? You know. And so it's just about like
you need to sleep to get those gains, though, my friend. You need to sleep.
I will sleep with like an IV drip of protein powder.
You know, I've been following like your gym posts and stuff, and like you're doing really well, man. Keep it up. Like I'm currently like so just like out of shape and need to get back onto that kind of thing, but I'm enjoying watching your progress. It's really good.
I appreciate that. It's here's the thing. Like I will never sit here and give advice to someone because I'm just kind of winging it and just watching the weight go down seems to be working. But one thing that like I'll say is that literally the only thing that I've cut out food wise entirely is snacks. So like I used to be a big like I'll eat a tube of Pringles, bro, and then have a full dinner and like you know what I'm saying, like I'll big bag of Doritos, pop, I'm bored, let's watch some YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like and it's my dad said it really well. You have to eat to live, not live to eat.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I think like these days with like, and I'm not the person to talk on it because like say I'm out of shape and like, but it is funny when you really just stop and think about it. It is literally just eat less. Like
everything in moderation.
Like people will be like, you need to do this cardio and drink, like squeeze some lemon in your water and like have and like you know and
green
do this,
teas for your metabolism.
Have your green tea, like go on the treadmill,
2
and it's like
of apple cider vinegar every night.
Just
eat raw eggs.
Yeah, like they eat raw eggs. Like just eat less. Just start there. Just eat less. And it's like I followed this guy on TikTok called James Smith, and like you can take or leave him. Some people won't like some of his views and some of the, but he's really funny. And I find like one of the things that are motivating is like people who are funny with it and like make and jokey about it. You should follow him on TikTok. I'll send you a link. He's really funny. And that when I was like getting motivated at one point, like last year, I was doing pretty well with it. That he was like some of the stuff he said was just like, that's so obvious. Like, why didn't I just think of that? You know what I mean? And it's just keep it simple, I think, is what you need to do.
I mean, I've always been someone that like, so for example, my brother goes to the gym as well, and he's kind of like an old head. So he's like, don't use the machines, use the steel, lift those, you know what I mean? Like, drink your protein shakes and all that. And by the way, it all obviously works, but I'm not trying to be Arnold. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to lose fat and get a little definition where there used to be fat. And
You're
that's
gonna
what
say
it
no
is.
to 10-time Mr.
I just want to look like Doom
Olympia
Killer. I want
champion
a Doom Killer.
My random thoughts of the week is I just want really good video games and TV shows to come out right now. I've got my gaming itch back. I've like literally have not been gaming for months, and now with Overwatch, new Fortnite season, we got Star Wars coming out. Resident Evil drops at the end of this month?
The 24th.
Yeah, see, I mean, we got a
weeks.
lot of games coming out. So I'm just actually hyped for what the future holds. You know what I mean? Have y'all ever just, like, dang, you know what? We're about to be eating. We're about to be living good as far as gamers. And personally, I think we are. Marvel and DC TV. DC is, I don't know what the hell's going over there. Can't wait till James Gunn get his wits about him and get everything situated. But I mean, we got some good Marvel stuff coming up. We've got a lot of crazy rumors about Brie Larson. Y'all better stop playing with that lady. That lady be chilling and people stay messing with her, man. Damn, bro. Anyways,
any excuse to say something about her, people just jump on. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's weird.
Slice Stardust, do me a favor, bro. Put yourself on a map.
Myself? Oh, yes. Okay. Hi. so you might recognize me from such projects as
tell people where they can find you at, where you know what I'm saying. Put yourself on the map, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna comment, guys. I do stuff there. Okay, a lot of stuff there, and Twitter by the same name. Now, the stuff I do there is I cover news, but at the minute, I have to be a bit cheeky with my titles and thumbnails, if you know what I'm saying. I call it the Sadot the Gamer treatment because because all right, I need money. Okay, so all I'm saying is if you want to fund 2K23, Resident Evil 4, all that, if you want to get me through these next couple of weeks till that apprenticeship boots up, donate. There's a donation link there. It goes to my PayPal. I'll get your name, find out where you live, give you a what, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fine. Yeah, that's me done. Yeah.
All further, let the people know where they can find you at, what you do. Put yourself on the map, sir.
Right now, if you just want to listen to a grown-ass man bitch about games on Twitter, come follow me. Like, I'm your guy. Like, if that's what you want, I'm there for you. Don't worry. It's at all for the games, but it's spelt in like a weird way. So it's ALFODR. It's like a Scandinavian way of spelling it. How do I put stuff in the chat? Like, I'm new to this, so like I'm on this obviously this page, StreamYard, and I'm like, it doesn't give me the option to like type. I think I need to sign up to the actual system that you use.
I'll post a link.
Yes,
you're a moderator, right, Star?
Yeah,
you used to be. You know what, Spring? You're in the chat. Can you hook up All Father's stuff for us, please? Thank you.
I've done it already. I posted the link.
And then my YouTube's the same. So if you follow me on Twitter, my YouTube is exactly the same. Not much going on my YouTube right this minute, but I'm gonna get there. We'll get there.
Yes, indeed. Co-host, put yourself on the map, sir.
What's going on, guys? Follow me Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok at JCoon Prime. Yeah. Come show Destiny Dad some love.
He needs it.
I really do.
He really loves.
Last night I could not tell friend from foe. Please come give me a hug in the form of a $4.99 tier 1 sub.
I love the honesty tonight. I love it. Like,
honesty is the best policy.
If you don't have transparency, you don't have nothing. Like,
Y'all are crazy. Chat, thank y'all for tuning in. Boys on the panel, y'all. This has been a fun night. Like we really y'all are crazy. That's all I really
awesome.
got. Y'all are crazy, yo. I love it.
Thanks for inviting me on, though, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's been good.
definitely.
Like it's been a while since I've been able to just do something like this.
Yes.
So you know, it's
Appreciate
and you know, if I don't want to be like intrusive, but if you ever want me on again, just let me know.
Oh no, definitely. You're good.
I'll
Yeah, absolute pleasure
whenever.
having you.
Cheers, man. Yeah, it's good. I really enjoyed it. So you know, whenever I can do it, I'll do it.
I'll give you some heads up more than a couple hours heads up next time because this was spur of the moment and it worked
Yeah.
out perfectly. Last of Us night. Y'all ready for the Last of Us? Are y'all ready for the Last of Us? And I think, are y'all ready for the Last of Us? It's gonna be the last.
I watch it. I watch it. I'll be watching it tomorrow, like Monday night in the UK, because obviously it airs at a weird time for us. So like, and my partner wants to watch it. We have to watch it together, otherwise I'm in the doghouse. So it's
Good.
I
like,
know the feeling.
so yeah, I have to obviously go. We have to go to work and then put the kids to bed. Blah 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 blah. By the time we've done everything, it's like we sit down and watch it like 24 hours after it's aired, at least. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Really.
You ready, Jay?
Oh yeah,
Start.
because I know what's gonna happen this episode. Yeah, so yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
ready.
I've never. You ready, Star? You ready for them to hurt you?
Guys, I'm gonna get kicked out when I say this, so I'm gonna say goodbye. I haven't watched episode 1 yet.
I'll miss you.
He knew it was going. He knew it was about
Is he actually? Is he serious?
Yeah, he is. That's
I'm
why he
serious.
said. That's why he said what he said. He knew it was about. Bro, watch
I don't have
one.
the Sky or whatever, so I'll have to use like a cheeky website to watch it. I haven't got the stuff.
Man, somebody get this man the pirate episode so he can get.
I was actually like super skeptical about it before it aired. Like, and I was posting about it. I was like, "Oh, another video game adaptation." They've knocked it out the park.
Yeah,
with
this is
show.
Oh no, it's
like
not,
my
it's
wife
not
don't. She don't really do sci-fi stuff at all. She loves this show though. You know what I mean? So like,
I ate my words big time on Twitter because before it came, and like I could say I'm the first one to hold my hands up and say, "Yo, I was wrong on that one." Like I was like the director or like the producer, someone who was behind it was tweeting, was like saying things like, "Oh, you need to do this when you're doing a video game adaptation," and I was like, same old shit again. Like, you know, you need to change things, but they've done such a good job.
I mean, that's been the funny thing about this is because Neil Druckmann, who is the guy that wrote and directed the games, has been pretty much hands on the reins for the entire show. So anything they've changed has been with his say-so to do it.
Yeah.
So like, oh, you need to do this. And he just straight up went, why do I want to tell the same story twice?
I have mixed opinions on him as a person, but like
I agree.
but having him on hand for the show has obviously been a good thing. At least for part 1.
Yeah,
we'll see how people feel about part 2.
I'm gonna just say this much: I've never watched a TV show that made me want to go play a video game. How about that?
Season 2 is confirmed, so I want to see the TV ratings when the episode where what happens. And you know what I'm talking about. I want to see the TV ratings after that episode and just watch that thing go, ka-chunk.
Gonna be crazy.
Oh my god.
The internet is gonna be on. When that episode drops, the internet is gonna, like, the gaming Twitter and like TV Twitter is gonna be on fire.
Oh, I got the perfect comparison. Everybody remember when The Walking Dead killed Glenn?
Bro, like that still haunts me to this day.
But you haven't seen nothing yet.
It's gonna be crazy.
See, I don't even like you right now. He's laughing. I'm like, bro.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I haven't watched The Walking Dead, but I know what you refer. I remember the drama of that. I think that's gonna be like that's gonna be a splash compared to a tidal wave. Like, serious.
Are you serious? Y'all know what, man? With all that said, laissez les bons temps rouler, which means let the good times roll. So you know what? Y'all could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but y'all were here rocking with the best, and we greatly appreciate it. So again, with all that said, laissez les bons temps rouler, people. Let the good times roll. Peace out, people.
Bye.
Okay, I gotta find
Bye.
my outro. Where's my outro? Where my outro at? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Let's go! It's the weekly wrap up where we give you the news. Break it down bite size so it's easier to consume. Discussing the hottest game and thought of what's coming soon. Is it real or is rumor? Homie, that's up to you. Fire or trash reaction. Live viewers call in. No cap conversation. We going all in. It's the weekly wrap up, so enjoy the show. You're now rocking with the